Hey everybody, this is Joe from Paracord Reviews. I was planning to talk on about something else, but wouldn't you know it, I was at my favorite store, Harbor Freight, and for the first time in ages, they actually had their Paracord. It's $2.99 for 50 feet. Is it $5.50? What is it? I don't know, but I thought I'd pick some up and check it out. So let's see what we can see. So first off, like I said, 50 feet, $2.99. So better price than what you're going to get at Walmart. They say that the safe working load is 160 pounds. That's about normal. It's distributed for Harbor Freight Tools, but as we know, and as it says, made in China. So I'm not surprised here, but let's see what we can see. And you'll notice I'm back in my workbench. I finally cleared it off of all the Christmas stuff. We got our Christmas lights up, and so temporarily I have it back until it's time to take it all down. So first thing, initial feel, you know, it kind of reminds me of ultimate survival technology, or maybe the hyper tough stuff that you can pick up at Walmart. Now, as I think we all know, that stuff is made in China. So right there, that doesn't surprise me. It is black, which is pretty universal, pretty easy to make from what I understand, because you're not dealing with any special sheath or any special patterns. So there's that. Okay, so there's the end. Didn't do the best job of fusing, and you can zoom in there. Guess what? This isn't even 550 paracord. This would compare to the Everbuilt stuff. So for those of you who remember Everbuilt, that was one of the first paracords I ever reviewed. It's got a bunch of different twines, but they're not braided. There's not strands. It's just utilizing several different pieces of strand to give it strength. Not saying it's bad, but that's not paracord. Let's take a look. And if memory serves me, the Everbuilt melted like nobody's business and burnt. So as you can see, it is catching fire, which tells me it's 100% synthetic, which once again, that's not a not surprise, but I doubt there's any cotton or any natural fibers in this whatsoever. You're probably all looking at polyester. Ooh, hot. Feels good and strong. I will say it's fairly thick. It keeps its round. It keeps itself round, which is nice. You know, that's a nice thing. This is definitely, much too, as it says, it's ideal for camping, hiking, and outdoor activities. The only thing I would say that's braided is the sheath. Weather resistant, yeah, and quick dry, because it's all synthetic. So they're not lying. They're not necessarily telling you that it's not real paracord either, though. So there is that aspect to it. But you know what? I'm going to make a quick little keychain, and let's see how it turns out, shall we? Doesn't cut very, and this is a decently sharp knife, so it doesn't seem to cut very well either. Let that cool. So we'll make a little keychain. So I would say this stuff is probably ideal for crafting. So if you're making keychains, if you're making non-survival bracelets, things like that, this stuff would probably be ideal. But let's see. Already, I can tell you it's a lot thicker and more dense than a lot of the normal paracord stuff that I work with. So if I compare it to, let's say here is a different black piece of regular standard paracord. Just comparing them, the standard paracord with the strands is this one, and this one is the Harbor Freight. This one is fuller. The Harbor Freight is fuller. This one seems to have more give. The sheath doesn't feel as full. Now, this black piece here is Chinese-made paracord. I believe it is Ultimate Survival Technologies, but that is more true paracord versus this. But let's continue. This is just a quick little braid I do to make most of my key rings or keychains. In case you want to know, go over, bring it through like that, take the other piece, loop it through the hole, tighten, tighten, and then tighten both. That's it. It's a quick, easy little braid. You can teach kids to do it. Heck, when I was a Cub Scout leader, I taught all my Cubs how to do it. Honestly, my son was one of those. He has completely forgotten, but it's an easy one to teach people. It's a good basic knot for bracelets, for keychains, and the like. Do and one more for good luck. And there we go. Let's take one of those cheap keychains. And then, because now here's the thing. I've made several keychains out of the standard paracord. Here's the Harbor Freight stuff. Let me find my scissors. Actually, I'll just use my trusty clips. Clip that. Clip that. I'll give this to him. Does not want to cut very well. So the sheath and the stuff is fairly strong. Do a quick melt. Now, here's the thing though. I was going to do this as a bullet piece. As you can see, it's thicker than the piece of bullet I was going to use. So what I'm going to have to do is see if I can stretch this out a little bit, or actually I think I'm going to have to use a different piece of paracord, unless I can tighten it out. And yeah, as you can see, it's just not going to fit. So if you decide to use this for anything, know that you may have to adapt your whatever your plans are to modify if you're using any type of jewelry, or if you're using any type of charm or anything like that. You may have to make some adaptations, like I'm going to have to do, to make this keychain. And that's okay. It happens. So I think all I'm going to do is take, and I will put it in as such. I'll recut and I'll put it in like this. So measure out, and then I'll just cut here. And there's a reason I did this. I have found when you're not using real paracord, when you're using that fake wannabe paracord, this can happen. So what I'll do is I'll glue this. I'll take some of my E6000, put it in there, glue it, and let it seal. And then I'll have a nice little keychain. So, Harbor Freight paracord, yes or no? Like I said, for bracelets, I would say yes, that'd be great. That said, or for keychains, for anything where I am not thinking I would use it as for anything survival related, sure. Maybe even a belt, if it's just going to be a regular belt that I don't think anybody's going to use for, once again, any survival type of situation. But would I use it for any prepping? No. No. Yeah, while I don't doubt that it can handle the safe working load of the 160 that it says it can handle, the fact that it burns so easily, the fact that it doesn't manipulate well, and just the fact that it is not real paracord, I'd have to say I'm not going to be using it for Operation Gratitude, and I won't be using it for any customers who want anything that is for true survivalist outdoor stuff. But for anybody who's just looking for jewelry, that'd be great. Well, that's it for today, everybody. Thanks again, and keep paracording. Until next time, bye.